Hello, this is Inside the Press Box with Sunil, Sunder, the Everyday Fan Sports. Today, I'm happy to be speaking with Chris Kwitzer, the third baseman for the New York Boulders. The Boulders off to an 11-3 start, tied for the second best start in franchise history, tying the 2015 mark. On Tuesday, which is tomorrow, the team can match the 2017 squad that raced out to a 12-3 start. Chris, once again, thank you for the opportunity. Great to be speaking with you again. And hey, congrats to you and the rest of the team on this incredible start to the 2024 season.
Yeah, thank you for having me on and thank you, man. It's been a great start to the season so far.
Hey, before we came on the air, just an absolutely phenomenal series against New England this past weekend, sweeping the series in the last two games, tallying 33 runs. It said in the series, 26 in the last two games, winning, five out of six on the six-game road trip. Overall, seven of the last eight games. You guys are road warriors, Chris. Eight and two away from Clover Stadium. That's got to be a great feeling knowing you guys, can be that prolific in terms of just, dominating, the opposing team's ballpark.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely is tough to win on the road for sure, especially in this league. Every field has it seems like some kind of home advantage to whatever team we're facing. But right now we're pitching it really well and we're hitting it very well. And there's just a lot of confidence on the team right now.
Hey, this it's not easy, Chris. You go up to Canada, then you have to pivot back and head down to, Brockton, Massachusetts. And, again, Three Rivers, there, I think they're in second place, behind you guys. But, again, the fact that you guys were able to, win two out of three up there and then come down to, again, Brockton and sweep that series. I think that speaks a lot about this team and just the resiliency, early on here in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the big thing is just having that core group of guys like myself, Austin Dennis, David Vinsky,
Mhm.
Joe DeLuca, just having that good core group of guys and just adding like great pieces like Peyton Isaacson,
Mhm.
Baloney, Casey Dana, um,
Yeah.
just Barmakian. It's everybody's bought in and like right now our 1 through 9 it's tough to pitch to, man. It really
Yeah.
is. We're just playing good ball.
That's true. Let's talk about it. I mean, absolutely, phenomenal numbers. It's just dynamic. 309 average, 524 slugging percentage, 114 runs scored, 155 hits, 24 home runs, 106 RBIs, 53 walks. The fact that you guys really, again, as you spoke to 1 through 9, the fact that you guys can do it in multiple ways in terms of scoring, I think it again is, really sets you guys apart.
Yeah, it really does. It's like our 1 through 9, we will pass the bat on to the next guy. We'll take our walks, we'll take our hits.
Mhm.
We really want to grind out these starters, no matter who's on the mound. We want to grind them out. We want to get into the pen, and if you can get into the pen on day one, it can set you up very well for a series win.
Yeah, and you guys, again, and you displayed it this past weekend. You guys can, string together a huge inning. I mean, like you did against New England, where you guys, I think, put up seven on the board. That was just, again, amazing to see that. You spoke about David Vinsky. How about David? I mean, leading the league in RBIs with 22, six RBIs yesterday in the 15-8 win, including belting a grand slam home run. You spoke about Peyton Isaacson, 16 RBIs, Casey Dana, 13 RBIs, Austin Dennis leading the team with the 392 batting average. I mean, just again, you go, from the top of the lineup and just work your way down. I mean, there's no easy out in this lineup here, Chris.
No, there's not. There's not. And that's great on TJ Stanton's part.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Zarowitz has really been a good addition to the coaching staff. He really like the confidence he brings for us as hitters and the pregame strategy that he comes up with. And even the video he shows us about the pitcher uh, that day, it really does help. Especially guys we haven't seen. Like there's a few guys this weekend nobody really knew anything about, and
Mhm.
Zerwitz actually had a scouting report on one of the guys that played in Lincoln with him last year, and it really helped us to our advantage in game two against New England.
Yeah, no, that's it's great to hear. And hey, let's talk about you personally, Chris. Here, 2024 season, batting 292, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, 554 slugging percentage, 877 on base plus slugging percentage. Your third year with the Boulders. I mean, that first year you were just absolutely lights out. Hitting 301, 20 home runs, 96 RBIs. 68 runs scored, 24 doubles, 13 stolen bases. 537 slugging percentage and 884 on base plus slugging percentage. I'm just wondering, like, from where you started year one here to now your third year with the Boulders, just how far, again, you progressed. And the fact that you made that switch, going from first to third base as well. Just,
Yeah,
describe this, I mean, it's got to be very satisfying to see your hard work really paying off here, Chris.
yeah, definitely. From my first year here, that was like one of the like a special year. That was really good, and even last year, I thought I had a great season. We had a
Hmm.
lot of weird rainy games, and still managed to personally just hit over 300, which was a good accomplishment. Even though we fell short of the playoffs, it was good to look back and reflect that I did have a good season. And this year, it seems like just the experience from the past 2 years, and even when I was in Tri City, is starting to click with everything. And I think this year is going to be a special year, like not only for myself but for everybody, and everybody's bought in on the championship mentality.
Hmm.
Whereas like the past 2 years, there was a little uncertainty. I think this year we know what we're capable of,
Hmm.
and that's the goal. And like I said before, like the numbers will play out by the end of the year, but like all our focus is who we play that day, grind that game out. But in the distance, our long term goal is to hold up that championship.
Hey, yeah, it's been 10 years since the Boulders did raise a trophy, in the Can-Am League. And I was, happy to be a part of that, a special year, of course, when they were playing in the Can-Am League, it was the Rockland Boulders. But again, I think you're right. This team definitely has the ingredients, and you can see, I think you guys have that confidence and, that swag, that every time you take that field, that you guys, are going to win that game.
Yeah, absolutely. And even yesterday when we went down four right off the gate, I think we
Hmm.
came out a little flat. But I told Stock, I'm like, dude, just keep us here. I promise you, man. We will be back in this game. And then we put a 7 spot up, and I said, dude, I told you, just keep us here, and we'll keep it going. And it just showed that he ended up putting a 0 up the next inning. I think in the next couple innings, and
Hmm.
we put that 7 up, and it you could tell it deflated New England a little bit because
Yeah.
they came out hot, hungry, trying to take one from us. Um, and we held our ground and just stayed with our game plan, man. There was no, we were just playing Boulder baseball.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, talk about this infield. You at third base, Austin Dennis at short, now Nick Gotta at second base, Peyton Isaacson at first. What makes this infield again so unique? And the fact that you can plug in guys, into different spots as well. But it seems like you guys have developed that again, that cohesiveness and just really everything is clicking on all cylinders, especially in that infield.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just I'd say the experience in the infield. You
Hmm.
had Peyton with Windy City, Nick Gotta, his experience, man. I think we got him for a steal.
Hmm.
I played with him back in 2019 for the Sonoma Stompers in the Pacific Association, and
Okay.
and he's got baseball IQ, just like really good baseball IQ. And same with Austin Dennis. Those two guys up the middle probably have the best baseball IQ, like on our team, but in the league as well. And like just having those two up the middle and the confidence in turning double plays, and even when we don't turn the double play, we just get the lead out, or just outs in general. It really is it's important to have that. And then the transition to third base. I played third base all through college. When I played in Australia, I played third base.
Mm.
So it's pretty natural to me, and I think we're just defensively in the infield, we all trust each other and we communicate like
Yeah.
a lot. There's a few ground balls that like this week that I was and going to grab, and Austin Dennis is just telling me I got it, and I just let it go. He gets it, throws it to first. It's just little things like that are huge. There's no misreads
Hmm.
or uh, anything like that, and that's important to have in the infield.
Yeah, definitely. I think again, where everybody knows, in terms of, fielding and just where they're at, where they're positioned up. And you talked about the technology before, Chris, I mean, because there's a
Yeah.
lot that goes into it. Like, it's a long season, it's like, really condensed into like 4 or 5 months. So just in terms of keeping, that strength and conditioning, going, that nutrition, rest and recovery, the batting cage work, taking, as said, the fielding drills, working on those mechanics. Obviously you have just an incredible, just regimen, and I'm sure that's that blueprint that's really worked so effectively for you, especially the last couple of years here with the New York Boulders.
Yeah. I try to stay on top of everything. Mondays tend to be just come back, relax, get a workout in, get myself ready for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then Friday strings along, and I get another workout in Friday morning, and that gets me for the
Mm-hmm.
next series. And just staying with that routine really helps. And everybody on our team has some sort of routine, and by just sticking with the routine, um, it can click everything together and keep you healthy and keep you on the field, and like keep you strong for 96.
But yeah, no, definitely. Hey, I wanted to ask you about this pitching staff because I don't think you can underestimate what they've done. Starting pitcher Brendan Backman leading the team in wins with three. Also third in the league with 23 strikeouts. Excuse me. Blaine Traxel, Garrett Cooper, 2 wins apiece. Traxel 16 strikeouts. Aaron Dunn of 15. And then even look, I mean, overall the pitching staff is 122 strikeouts, but how about the middle relief towards the end? You have Peter Allegro, Colton Easterwood, combined 23 strikeouts. And then you have Dylan Smith, the closer, 3 saves. I mean, you talk about the starting, the starters, the middle relief, and then, of course, the back end with the closers said, I mean, once you get to the bullpen, that's just, I mean, again, they just crank it up, a notch, further. That's got to be a great relief, of course, to this offense knowing what the pitching staff can do. Yeah, just so you can talk about the pitching staff. Yeah, sorry, Chris.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, there's a little delay,
No, it's
but
okay. So yeah.
yeah, no, it's great, man. We have all the confidence in the world with our starters. Cooper, Backman, Traxel, they all have that dog in them where they even stock. They don't have like fear when they're on the mound, and defensively they trust us, we trust them on the
Mhm.
mound. The starters have been great, and then when our bullpen comes in, they're lights out, and it's good to have that, and that's the recipe to win in this league. You have to
Yeah.
have starting pitching, and then you gotta have guys come out of the pen. I feel like we don't have any B arms when like our pitching staff, it's just all A arms, and as
Hmm.
hitters on the hit side, we stress to get into teams' bullpens to get to those B arms.
Yeah.
And like our pen is the opposite. It's we could bring in Peter, we could bring in any of the other guys like Donna, and
Yeah.
they come in, they get the job, and then to finish it off with Easterwood and Dylan Smith is
Hmm.
it's great. It makes the hitting side easier because we don't have to worry about putting run base the other team's guys, you know.
Hmm.
It's it's great just having that pitching staff that can just shut those important innings, those last three innings to close the game up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, you talked about structure. How about this New York Boulders front office staff? Sean Raleigh, the founder of the team. Rob Janetschek, the executive vice president. Jessica Wilson, the assistant GM. Stu Raskin, CFO. Kevin Tuve, player development, and Lori Ram, director of clubhouse operations and head athletic trainer. I think it's one of the best front offices, and and just staffs in the Frontier League. And that's important, I think, for a team, to succeed, and again, to have that opportunity to compete for a championship. Just talk about how meaningful that has been to you personally, Chris, and the rest of the team.
Yeah, I like I would not be coming back if I didn't like this organization. I this is my third year and they've been nothing but great to me and to all the players that have returned and um there's just a good relationship between everybody and I think like one big relationship is like trust TJ and whatever moves TJ makes and
Hmm.
that's important because you as a player you really don't want the front office like coming in and trying to dictate moves and moves like that because then it puts a little pressure on the team and Sean trusts
Hmm.
TJ and TJ honestly gets the best out of all of us
Yeah.
and that's why I like coming back and playing for him is I feel like I can get the best out of myself playing for TJ Stanton and even like Lori does a million things
Yeah.
and she is that's why she got trainer of the year last year but she does so much for us and as little as just making food on the road for us like keeping us like our nutrition good
Hmm.
and everything and that's important and she's just great at everything she does
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's a huge thing with the team.
Yeah, yeah. I think the behind the scenes work, she's the real unsung hero. And TJ, as we've talked about it beforehand, I said in his fourth year, and just the fact that real players manager, it really has that control of the clubhouse, but really, gives I think the players also a lot of leg room, a lot of flexibility also to be themselves. And that I think it's a great combination. Hey, Chris, a couple more. You've had just again an outstanding journey here. Again, graduating, from the University of Buffalo, from Buffalo, New York. I mean, you've been through the circuit. I mean, in terms of playing minor league baseball, I mean, just to rattle off a couple of perfect game collegiate league, Northwoods League, the Pecos League, Pacific Association, of course, the Frontier, and then All American Baseball Challenge a couple of years ago of course,
Yeah.
during the pandemic, and then playing overseas in Australia. So I'm just wondering from like, again, playing college baseball, then, heading out and playing independent baseball. Just when you look back at, again, where you were in college and now here, of course, in 2024 with the New York Boulders in the Frontier League, just what comes to your mind first and foremost?
Oh, I as a kid, my dream was professional baseball, and I accomplished that. I remember I wrote in a I forget I had a project in like sixth grade or fifth grade, and it was like,
Mhm.
"What did you want to be when you grow up?" And I put professional baseball player. And my dad dug this out. Uh, the box of all the stuff I had as a kid, and I saw it,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Wow, baseball!" And from Division One baseball to come play independent ball, and then to be a first team collegiate All-American, to playing with Spain's national team. It's surreal sometimes, like just to look in and just like think about where I started and how I got here. Cause I put in so much work and so many hours of just like dedicating my life to this game, and to see it pay
Mhm.
off is just awesome, man. Cause
Yeah.
like there was a lot of guys that were better than me, and to look back and see myself, it's it's quite a accomplishment.
Yeah, that's wonderful to hear. Hey, you've been playing baseball for a long time, Chris. What are some of the intangibles that stand out about the game? Whether it's like, on the field during the games, maybe practices, in the clubhouse, with your teammates, with the coaching staff. What is it about the game that really, again, just makes it, so much different, unique, from other sports?
I think I think the biggest thing is it's just as a hitter, it's you versus the pitcher. And
Hmm.
even though he's got 8 defenders with him, there's just something about baseball that is just awesome. Like I played hockey growing up, and scoring a goal was great, but hitting a home run is just even
Yeah.
better. Like something
Yeah.
about hitting a home run is like you got him, and
Hmm.
it feels great. And I also played football too, and I played quarterback.
Okay.
Same with the touchdown. Throwing a touchdown was
Yeah.
great, but something about baseball, just playing a sport that is so individualized but so team oriented, is
Hmm.
it's just so unique. And this game, it requires you gotta play a full 9 innings, and
Yeah.
like anything can happen. And any given day anybody could beat anybody. And
Yeah.
I feel like other sports, like you see, like sometimes in the beginning of college football seasons, like you see a big school play a small school, they beat them up. But in
Hmm.
baseball, you could play a weaker team, and they throw out a pitcher that uh could beat that better team. And
Yeah, okay. Are you there? Okay, sorry about that, Chris. Yeah, it just froze up. Hey, no, it's
yeah.
great. Hey, you talked about your dad. Just what has the support from your family been, during this journey, especially playing baseball?
Oh, my family, they've been great. They support me. They know that I love playing baseball, and they back me up
Hmm.
100% of the way. And I will say, when I played with Spain, and my parents, when I was in Germany playing in that qualifier, and they were rocking the España gear, it
Hmm.
was it meant a lot, because
Yeah,
my grandma was from Spain, my mom lived there, and it really hit the heart good, playing
yeah,
for a country that your family's from. And it's special. And they support me. Like if they support any decision I make. And my parents were the type of parents during travel ball where we'd be at the field playing a game, and they'd be out in right field, and my dad would have the hatch of his truck open, and they'd be sitting there watching the game. And they never really criticized me playing.
yeah,
They just always came, watched. They never were those parents that were like so uptight on how you
yeah,
did. They just supported me since
yeah.
I started baseball.
That's beautiful. Hey,
Yeah.
before you get the final word and message here, Chris, I think you're in a great position. Just to, again, uh, a solid, role model for those younger kids and athletes out there. We know how much, it's a family-oriented game and how many kids come out to the games at Clover Stadium. And so I wanted to ask you, putting that number 9, Boulders jersey on every time you take the field, whether, at home at Clover Stadium or away, what that means to you, what that represents, Chris.
Yeah, that I just look back, and I remember being those kids, looking at going to Buffalo Bison's games, and seeing like my favorite players. Like I got to watch Brandon Phillips come through, and Coco Crisp, and
Hmm.
studs. And I remember just like looking at them, wanting to be like them. And when I see kids look at me at Clover Stadium or on the road and they want an autograph or anything like that, I go right up to them because
Hmm.
I see myself through them, and it's I want them to cherish the moment as when I did as a kid.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Hey, Chris, it's well deserved. I mean, we're going to be speaking more as the season is ongoing, but I wanted to give you the final word and message here. I'm sure family, friends, current teammates, and coaches on the New York Boulders, on previous teams, University of Buffalo and your hometown of Buffalo, New York. Just wanted to give you the floor. I know there are a lot of people you probably want to thank here as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely want to thank my family first most. They've supported me, brother, sister, everybody, and definitely my hitting coach Rick Lancelotti, and my other hitting coach and infield coach John DeZamba. They've really helped me on this journey, and it's just awesome to have that support.
Sounds good. Hey, Chris, just again, an incredible honor and privilege being able to speak with you. Again, congrats, just not only on your individual success, but the New York Boulders, as a whole team. Again on the 11-3 start, and then I said going, for that record tomorrow against the Sussex County Miners tomorrow night at Clover Stadium. And again, wishing you guys, all the best and continued success here.
Yes, thank you so much, man, and go Boulders.
All right, thank you.